Silas stood where the memory said it had happened. South Spine District. Block G. Officially, it didn't exist. The Metro map showed nothing. No street, no records. Just a blank patch of gray in the Sistema Digital blind spot. But the old grid overlays Mara had given him told a different story. Chapel Row, burned down in a utility fire years ago, or so the file claimed. When Silas stood on that cracked, overgrown road at dusk, he felt a disquiet settle in his gut. It didn't feel abandoned. It felt deliberately forgotten. Street lamps flickered weakly, casting ghostly shadows that danced on the pavement. An old vendor bot buzzed quietly in the alley, jammed in an idle loop, advertising tea no one had ordered in a decade. The sounds of the city faded away, leaving only the echoes of a past that should have been erased. You shouldn't be here. The voice came from behind him, young soft female. He turned, heart racing. A girl stood in the doorway of what looked like a collapsed storefront. She was clad in a pale hoodie, her tangled hair framing a face that seemed too old for her years. Her eyes shimmered in the fading light, glinting with the weight of memories that felt far too heavy for someone so young. You know this place? He asked, curiosity mingling with caution. She looked past him, her gaze drifting to the shadows. No one's supposed to remember it. Not after what they did. She hesitated, biting her lip as if grappling with the gravity of her words. People who delete things, people like me. He ventured, uncertainty creeping into his voice. She studied him, her expression shifting. No, you erase things people ask you to forget. These people erase things that shouldn't be remembered at all. Like this street. Like me, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Silas stared at her, confusion and intrigue battling within him. Who are you? She stepped back into the shadows, her form fading against the backdrop of decay. I'm someone who died here. Twice. The weight of her words sank into him like lead. And I think you did too, she added, her voice trailing off as she melted into the darkness. Silas's stomach turned. This was bigger than someone sending him a death warning. Someone had already killed him here, more than once. And now they were trying to erase the evidence from the world's memory, including his own. He took a shaky breath, the chill of the evening air wrapping around him like a shroud. What's your name? He called out, desperation creeping into his tone. The girl paused, her silhouette barely visible in the gloom, as if weighing the costs of remembering. Aaron, she replied, her voice echoing softly in the stillness. Then she turned and vanished down the alley, leaving Silas alone in the dead street. He stood there, heart pounding, feeling the weight of the revelation settled heavily in his chest. What did it mean to die twice? And why did it feel so familiar? Silas didn't follow her. Instead, he remained rooted to the spot, staring into the shadows where she had disappeared. He whispered to the wind, "What the hell did I forget?" As he turned to leave the forgotten street, Silas felt a sense of urgency growing within him. Aaron's words weighed heavily on his mind. If this street had been erased from memory, how many others had suffered the same fate? He needed to know more, about the forces that had conspired to erase their existence. He made his way back toward the main avenues of the city, the neon lights blaring to life as night descended. The streets were filled with a mix of people, some lost in their own worlds, others caught up in the chaos of the city. Silas navigated through the throng, the memory drive pulsing softly against his chest, a reminder of the ticking clock that loomed over him. He needed to investigate who Erin really was. If she had died here twice, there had to be a record of it somewhere. The city had its ways of keeping secrets, and Silas was determined to dig them out. He decided to return to the Rusty Wrench, where he had first met Jocks, hoping the fixer could provide more insight. As he stepped through the bar's door, the familiar atmosphere washed over him, smoky air, the low hum of conversations, and the clinking of glasses. Jocks was at the bar, leaned back against the counter, chatting with the bartender. When he noticed Silas approaching, he straightened, a knowing look crossing his face. "What have you got?" Jocks asked, a hint of curiosity threading through his voice. "Information," Silas replied, his tone urgent. "About a girl named Erin. She's connected to a memory that's been erased, the street that doesn't exist anymore." Jocks raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "You've been digging deep. That's dangerous territory. Tell me what you know." Silas pressed, unwilling to let the lead slip away. Erin is a ghost, Jock said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. She was part of a group that uncovered the truth about memory manipulation, but those who erase memories don't take kindly to threats. She vanished years ago, after the last attempt to expose them. Vanished. Silas repeated, his mind racing. But she's here. I saw her. Jock's expression darkened. That's impossible. If she's back, it means someone is playing a dangerous game. The last thing we need is for them to notice. So she died here at Weiss, Silas said, piecing together the fragments of information. And they're trying to erase her memory, along with the street. Erasing memories is a common tactic for those in power. Jock replied, his gaze shifting to the patrons around him. They control the narrative by eliminating anyone who poses a threat to their agenda. You're treading into dangerous waters. Silas, you might be next. Silas felt a shiver run down his spine. I need to find out what happened to her and why they want to erase her existence. Then you'll need to dig deeper, Jock said, his voice steady. There's a black market memory auction happening soon. It's where the most valuable memories are bought and sold. And the people behind it have connections to the higher-ups who manipulate reality. A memory auction. Silas echoed, intrigued. Where? Underground, of course, Jock replied, leaning in closer. But it's not easy to get in. You'll need an invitation. The auction houses are heavily guarded, and only the most connected can access them. Do you have a way in? Silas asked, desperation creeping into his voice. Jock considered for a moment, then nodded. I might know someone who can help, but it will cost you.